Today is an amazing day because not only are we in Marina Del Rey, one of my favorite places, but we're with one of my favorite people. Erin Alls is on the show today. Erin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for making this possible. Erin has become a sponsor of the Meredith Show and the Shine event, so thank you for that.
That was so much fun.
Oh, well, it's a joy to be around you, and you're super inspiring, so it makes perfect sense to share your story with the world, because on our show, the most inspiring people are the only ones who get to be on. And right now, I want you to know that Erin Alls is not only a real estate broker, but the owner of Silicon Beach Homes. And she hails from another part of town, just like me, but said bye-bye to the cold, cold winters, just like me.
Yes.
For an amazing view.
Yes.
I applaud you. You are also a very proud dog mama.
I am a proud dog mama, yes.
And wife.
And very proud wife.
I am thrilled to have you on the show to share a little bit about your shine. So let's start at the very beginning.
Okay, let's do that.
Fun fact, Erin built her empire from her kitchen table.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay, so tell me about that. That's awesome.
So when I came out to LA, I opened a sister office for the company that I was working in New York. And we didn't have any money for startup cash. I mean, they gave me a little bit here and there, but the total, all of the building of it and everything in my book of business, I built from the kitchen table. And then when we got to a point where I was, building the company, I bought them out, but it all happened at my kitchen table. Every day I started at 6 and every day I ended at 6. But it was from the kitchen table. Yes.
Guess what? Fun fact, just like me. I literally started my company at a kitchen table, and when I made enough money, I didn't buy the business or anything. That I just bought a real desk. That's where I started, and it was really rewarding.
It is very rewarding to build something from your kitchen table. Yes.
Yeah, and it's impressive. So thank you for sharing a little bit about your story.
Yes.
What is it that really drew you to the real estate industry? It sounds like it's in the family.
So I did not want to do real estate at all. It was the last thing I wanted to do. I went to school for communications. I had my own TV show in college. I went to film school in New York, and I graduated film school right after 9/11, and nobody was giving anybody jobs. And my dad said, "Come back to Virginia. It's time to come home." And I said, "There is no way I'm going back to Virginia."
Wow.
So the only way that I was able to stay in New York was to get a job at a real estate company, and I've been doing that ever since. It's been 23 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So not only a big pivot from your original, which I love, by the way, the pivot is everything.
It's everything.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yes.
Pivot or die.
Pivot or die. That's something that I had to learn during COVID. You've got to pivot or die.
Speaking of which, COVID has changed the real estate game.
Yes.
Tell people at home how and what you enjoy now about the new age of real estate.
So COVID has changed real estate because a lot more things have gone virtual. So there's virtual tours. Instead of meeting people in person to do homes, I'll just go with an iPhone and do a virtual tour for them. Instead of meeting people face-to-face in a first listing presentation, I do Zoom calls. And people like it. Of course, it's nice to meet face-to-face, but now people are so used to the comforts of their home, and it's easy for them. Like, oh, you can do a Zoom call at 5 p.m. while they're, unwinding their day. They're having a glass of wine, and I'm at my desk, and it's just, I believe COVID has really moved many businesses into the 21st century.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that you find real estate really rewarding. There's so much that I know that you do, and there's a lot that it takes to make it in the business.
Yes.
But what's most rewarding to you?
Well, as I told you the other day, the reason why I love real estate is because I'm nosy. And I love to go into people's homes. I love to see how people live. It is like the one thing that drives me. I am so nosy. I like to see what people look at in the morning when they get up to make their coffee. It's something that I'm just like, I go in the kitchen, I'm like, oh, so this is what they look at when they make their espresso or whatever, or go to their bathroom and see their deep soaking tub. I don't know, I just find it really interesting, and my curiosity has always driven me in real estate. I'm very lucky because I get to see very, very high-end homes, and it's just really cool to see property like that.
Well, I have to say, your passion is infectious.
Thank you.
And I do think that you shine when you light up when you talk about real estate.
Thank you.
But one of your major loves has a name of Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels! Yes.
We're going to have to share a photo, of course.
Oh,
So,
yes.
okay, here comes Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
Tell us about that love story.
So Jack Daniels, I've been wanting a dog for 12 years.
Wow.
So I would ask my husband, Fabio, can we get a dog? Can we get a dog? No, he didn't want to share the attention. He didn't want to have extra responsibilities. And then Fabio says to me, like a year after COVID, that he wanted to buy a pinball machine. And I figured after negotiating high net individuals their best deals of their lives, maybe it's time I negotiate my own deal.
Yes.
So I negotiated to get a puppy.
Winner.
Yes. He got the pinball machine. I got the puppy. So
he is a dog.
thank you. We love him so much.
So much.
Yes.
Speaking of passions, you have a big, generous heart. You give back a lot to the community. And I thank you for being a sponsor of this show and our events.
Sure.
And I really, really want to applaud you for your generosity in the breast cancer sphere.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about it.
So that's a big thing for me. As you know, my sister passed in May from breast cancer after a 5-year battle. She was 36. So since then, and I was doing before she passed, I did the Brawl Run, which is bringing awareness to breast cancer and reconstruction after surgery.
Is everybody wearing a bra?
No. Oh. Yeah, actually they do. They wear really fun bras to bring awareness, because what we're finding is that sometimes insurance, after people go through everything, the mastectomy and everything, and the women want to get breast reconstruction, insurance companies tap out and say, no, that's cosmetic surgery. So to see a woman walk around with no chest is very strange. What's even more strange is that insurance companies think that having cosmetic surgery on breast is just that, cosmetic surgery. When really, after going through all of that chemo, radiation, and all of that trial and tribulations of being sick, and then you have to fight with your insurance company to get reconstruction surgery. So after Alex passed, I have made it my mission to bring awareness to this and to make sure that people get tested for the BRCA gene. Knowledge is power. We have that. We can do that now. We have that science. So I'm telling everybody, go get tested right away.
Tell me what the BRCA gene is. I think there are probably some people who still don't know.
Yes, so the BRCA gene is a gene that is carried with people that are prone to getting breast cancer and or ovarian cancer. So when Alex, my sister, found out that she had breast cancer, me and my sisters, we all got tested. There's 4 girls. 3 out of the 4 had the BRCA gene. I was one of them. And since I already had a form of cancerous cells, they say, look, in the next 5 years, it's 79% chance you're going to get breast cancer. So I went ahead and did all the surgeries. I had the double mastectomy.
Oh my goodness.
I removed my uterus. I did everything, because seeing my sister that had triple negative breast cancer at the time she was 32 when she got diagnosed, I said, watching her be sick battle this, there was no way that I wanted to do it on my terms. Now, people think, a lot of naysayers would say, you're overreacting. You don't need to do this. You're putting this on yourself. A lot of my family are like, you don't need it. You're making it over the top. This isn't about you. This is about Alex. Well, Alex didn't beat breast cancer.
I'm so sorry.
And so I am so fortunate that I was able to get tested, because now here I am and I'm alive, I'm healthy. And I think if everybody had access to testing to know whether or not they carry that gene, we could save lives.
I'm so glad I asked you that question. I actually didn't know.
Yeah.
And my father, which I think I've shared with you, has passed away from pancreatic cancer, was my best friend on earth. And I don't think there is a test.
No, there's not.
And it's the most aggressive cancer on earth.
And one of the least studied as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what a gift to the world to be a stand. And that's huge shine. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's not always easy to talk about. I mean, sometimes I tear up just talking about my dad. But
yes,
the truth is, if we don't talk about it, you could literally save somebody's life today who's watching,
Alex gave me that power. My sister gave me that power. When she passed, I just knew, I said, you know what? This is now my job. I'm going to educate everybody that I know, every woman, go out and get tested for the BRCA gene. And in fact, I'm working with a cancer program in Santa Monica, and I'm working with them to try to implement with local doctors. I feel like it should be when girls go in for their first pap smear, I feel like they should go in and have that option to get gene tested in that first appointment.
True, because one thing a lot of people don't know is that a mammogram sometimes just isn't good enough.
It's just not good enough.
Yeah.
And if you have predisposed genetic issues in your family history, I mean, that knowledge is so much power. And I feel like we need to push that. For if there's any kind of cancer testing out there, people should definitely utilize it. Definitely.
Well, I say to anybody watching at home, Erin's contact information is on the screen if you want to volunteer at her next race.
Yes,
or
yes.
receive a donation in the name of your sister. Tell everybody her full name.
Alexandra Atlee Burton. Alexandra Atlee Burton. So
may her memory be a blessing.
Thank you.
Say. And you are a gift.
Thank you.
I mean, a true gift. And I applaud you for not only taking a stand to doing something about what matters most from the heart, but also being a gorgeous soul filled with generosity for all that you step into. You don't do things half.
No, thank you.
And I know your clients in real estate appreciate it, but as your friend as well, I love you.
Thank you
so much for being on the show, Erin, and sharing your story. It takes courage
to
open up about the hard things and the good things. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have both in life. So
yes,
it's important to share both.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for watching. And if you are as inspired as I am, please take a little time and share the video, or as I love to say, share the love. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked today's episode, we hope that you'll like us on Facebook and stay connected. You can find us under The Meredith Show there and on Instagram under The Meredith Show. And if you or somebody you know you think will make a great guest, please email us at meredith@themeredithshow.com and my team will set up an appointment right away.